So we're back in here. Are you singing? What the heck? So we're back in the kitchen. I think I told you guys I never wanted to find myself back in the kitchen again. After the year it took us to completely renovate this thing. But I keep seeing this area behind us here. If Shane would move, if you would kindly move. I keep seeing this area back here behind us. I keep seeing it differently. And you guys know we made the pass-through window here because whenever we switched out the drywall, we've been trying to switch out the drywall throughout the entire double wide just to give it new drywall, a new, you know, facelift. Whenever we did that, there wasn't much studdage.
The studdage
the studs weren't there, you know, like they were few and far in between. So we were able to make a little pass-through, and it gave it a more of an open concept look. And at the time, I did not know what this was going to turn into. So I didn't know in here was going to already be very open concept. With that, it's kind of just unnecessary because nobody uses that area. And then you can't really see much when you walk in except for the fridge. It kind of feels like we're highlighting the fridge with that pass-through because the fridge comes out to here and you're not seeing past that fridge when you look through the pass-through.
Look at that fridge! That's what we're saying when you sit down at the bar.
So it doesn't really make it feel
open.
You
said oaken.
Do you think you can do better?
Oaken, no joking.
Alright, go ahead. Tell them.
Basically, what she's saying is, she don't want that! But what she does want is an extension of the kitchen.
Everybody comments on the huge kitchen we've made because if you'll remember, let me try to find a picture to put over this stud right here and show you. This is what the before looked like.
I'm holding the picture. Make sure you make it big enough that I'm actually holding it.
Okay, well, okay. Right. That is what the stud looked like, or that's not.
This is what the stud looks like.
That's what the previous kitchen looked like, okay? It was very small, and this whole kitchen space we have now was divided between a kitchen and a dining room. But we've made such a big kitchen, I want to just extend that and continue to make this side of the double wide right here, this side of the double wide, the kitchen. Nanny always talks about how big the kitchen is, and she loves it. Well, we're about to make it bigger, baby.
It's true. She wants me to extend it.
You ready to do this?
I'm always ready.
This is going to take the entire day though, so before we get started I'm going to go ahead and make the kids their lunches. If you're new here, I usually make the kiddos lunches like this for whenever I have a busy day or whenever their daddy and I are working on a project. That way the kids have something to snack on throughout the day, and that way we don't have to stop and try to figure out lunch, and they have snacks throughout the day that they can snack on, and it just makes my life a lot easier. We are homeschooling parents and I am literally here with the kiddos all the time, but I like to do this just to make my life easier. So we're going to make the kiddos lunches today before we get started, and that leads me into this. Got ourselves Thrive box here, which fits perfectly with what I've been trying to do lately, which is survive and simplify. I'm really trying to let go of the do it perfect or don't do it at all mindset that I have. Especially when it comes to food, and Thrive Market is making it easier on me by making healthier choices feel doable and not so overwhelming. Because your girlfriend gets overwhelmed over everything. I shop online, not wandering aisles, and everything gets delivered to my door, and I'm not left wandering the aisles of a big old store that my brain can get lost in. The best part is everything on Thrive is already vetted, so no sketchy ingredients or artificial junk, anything like that. So I don't have to overthink nothing. I'm not changing my whole life overnight. I'm just making small swaps. And that means better snacks, things we actually use, and things my kids will actually grab for. As always, we're striving for progress, not perfection. The savings are real. I'm getting member-only prices on everything. Plus, reordering my go-tos literally takes seconds with the buy it again feature. Grocery shopping is officially one less thing stressing me out. Something I really love about Thrive Market is that they give back. Every paid membership helps donate one to a family in need. You can click the link in my description box or go to thrivemarket.com/fearfullycreated to save 30% off of your order and also receive a free gift. And that's when you join Thrive Market today. A huge thank you to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. I thought you were saying, thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah, not me old bit old. Alright, I got their snacks and side portions in here, which is something I usually do whenever their main course is like frozen and they have to put it in the microwave later or heat it up in the toaster. Their frozen mini little pockets are in there, and then their sides and their snacks for the day are in here. So they're all easy to find and easy to grab. And now we're ready to go. Mom duties before anything. It's my calling above it all. It feels sort of like the kitchen stops right there, and it doesn't, it keeps going. It just looks like this is like an addition on top of the kitchen. It kind of looks like that's just an added addition right there. So what we're going to do is just bring all this together and make this total side right here a giant kitchen, because you can never have too much space when it comes to a family of 6 living in a mobile home. Space, storage, organization, it's imperative whenever there's that many people living in a double wide trailer. So we're going to just implement more storage space, and I think implementing that will bring it all together and make this look like it's a giant kitchen. I mean, we're going to literally elevate the size of this kitchen so much with just this little project. It's going to completely elevate the look of my kitchen. I cannot wait. I've racked my brain. I've come up with something. I think Jesus and I have come up with something really, really neat, and this guy always makes it go from here to the wall.
I've tried, written down the words to say it is time. I've been waiting 5 days to explain how you make me feel inside. Baby, got it all figured out, wanna do this right. There's no doubt in my mind, baby, you're the one. And tonight, I am going all the way. The way you touch my hand, it all goes away. The things I planned, the things I would say, now I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. Ooh, 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 ooh. And all the things that you do. Ooh, ooh. Sounds like a fool, 'cause when you touch mine, the words goes away. What I am trying to do is say I love you. You don't know how I shiver inside. Doesn't show, but my nerves are inside out. It's because you're not worth less than perfection. Ooh, thought it was in my hands, now I'm all confused. Turning gold into sand, don't know what you do to me. All I know is you can take my breath away. Yeah, 'cause when you touch my hand, it all goes away.
Everything wrong that could go wrong is going wrong. And, well, my boots, which I've had for a while, 2, 3 years, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that how long I've had these? Well, this one wanted to say something.
There you go.
And my other one had a similar situation, but it was this part was detached from this part, so I could just take a little bit of shoe glue, slap it on there, and we're good to go. Because I'll push these however long I need to. This is the stitching. I don't know how to stitch a shoe back up. It's a crazy day, but look how pretty though.
I kept looking over at this corner and I kept saying, you know, if it just had cabinets, like the kitchen would look massive. And we had already made the kitchen look so massive because it had like a little mini wall that wasn't really attached to anything. And we took that out, and then we had the island that went in between the kitchen and the dining room. We took that out, and it's still doing that made it look huge. But boy, this project alone makes it look so large. It is the biggest kitchen I've ever had. That is absolutely without a doubt. and it is going to be so functional. We're going to have so much storage, and it's going to look absolutely beautiful. I am doing this video as sort of a precursor, a part 1, because I want to show you guys what a person with just minimal DIY skills can do. If you know how to work a electric screwdriver, a drill, if you know how to work a drill, then, and you have somebody to help you hang cabinets, like who can have that like muscle part, you know, then you can hang cabinets, and you can make an area look totally different with those cabinets. Right now we are making it look as if the cabinets go up to the ceiling, and obviously they don't, but we're just adding some studs behind the plywood and taking the plywood to the ceiling just to elevate the cabinetry and make it look as if it is actually like built into the house. It's a mirage. It's not really cabinets to ceiling, but it makes it look that way. And so with just a little bit of DIY skills, you can do things like that. But in the next video, I'm going to show you guys what you can do with even a little bit more DIY skills and how you can even further elevate. It's all about building upon stuff, and that's what I'm known for on the channel. I build upon stuff we already do, and I do that for numerous reasons. I do that because we learn as we go, and that gives me room to kind of learn as we go, so we're not going back and changing everything. We're just building on top of something we've already built. And then I also do that for money purposes, budget purposes, because it's cheaper if you do things building upon something. That way you're not doing it all at once. So in this case, we had already done the beam work on the wall, and that beam work was attached to the studs in the wall. So we basically used the beams that we had already made as anchors, and we created some too in the area where we had the pass-through. We created anchors that led from one 2x4 to the other 2x4, one stud to the other stud, and that's how we were able to hang the cabinets on what looked like it wasn't a wall, but it was actually a wall because it had an anchor between two studs. We left every bit of stud work that was in that wall when we made that pass through. It was just an area that lacked a stud, so we were able to use all the studs and then add anchors from stud to stud in order to hang these cabinets on an area that looked like it wasn't even there to begin with. And so we just took it to the ceiling through a mirage. I do a lot of things mirage style on the channel, so these cabinets are going to look very high end, and they're going to look like they're built into the double wide. They're not. It's just 2x4s and plywood. It's a mirage, but it gives it that high end look. And like I said, in the next video, you guys are going to see how we even further this and make it even look even more so high end. The idea I have is absolutely going to look amazing. If it can play out like I need it to, it's going to look absolutely amazing. Shannon's going through and he's caulking all the seams right now, and then after we get done caulking and the caulk dries, we're going to paint. Now, I'm only going to paint certain areas, and like I said, this is kind of a part 1 to a 2-part series. You guys will kind of see why I'm only doing minimal painting in the next video, but I wanted to finish it off and make it look finished for you guys in this video with how it looks right now, because I wanted you to see the 2 ways that you could elevate an area with minimal DIY skills, and then another one in part 2 if you have more DIY skills. And as I always say, if your DIY skills are a little rusty, you're not very good at it, maybe you don't have a lot of experience in it, rustic is still in. So anything that you mess up can be considered rustic, and it can also be considered customized. I do that all the time, where we mess something up, but I actually end up liking it the way that we messed it up. It's not a part of the plan, but I end up loving it, and I call it customized. It's my custom area that we made. It's true to only me. Only I own something like that. When you start to view the process as something like that, then it's less scary and less daunting, and you don't put off starting it. When you realize this is my home, I can make things look the way I want it to, and it doesn't have to look like a blueprint. It doesn't have to follow a blueprint. It's just I use things as inspiration very lightly. The whole brick and dark stain combo you see right there underneath the cabinets, which will eventually here in a little bit you'll see get covered up, but that whole thing, I got the idea for that going together. Obviously that's a part of the farmhouse look, right? It's on Pinterest and things like that, but I was sitting in a Shoney's when I saw their brick and their beam work, and it hit me, and I was like, I need to do that in my house. And that's what started my love for the brick and the dark stain. Yes, Shane, you're always in the way. But that's what started, that's what inspired me. And you would think, she's crazy getting inspired sitting in a Shoney's, but that's absolutely where I get my inspiration from. It's areas like that where I walk in and I'm looking around and I'm like, wow, this is absolutely gorgeous. How could I implement something like this in my house? Obviously, I can't do it at a grand scale level because I'm not a very skilled DIYer, but I can do it at the level that I'm at, and then I can build upon it later the better I get at DIYs. And that's my motto. That's why I scream so much about doing it small and then going bigger as you gradually move up in your skills, and as you gradually move up in your knowledge, you always have the chance to go bigger, but you want to start where you're at. And so I started where I was, and then as I go on, I have my mind kind of puts things together, and I can see now, since I've been doing this for a while, how I can build upon this, or how can I build upon that I did over there. I'm wanting to do something a little bigger, wanting to do something a little better. What can I do to build on top of what I've already done, to save myself money and to gain more skill? So like I said, this is for anybody. Anybody can do this. If you have just any experience at all with a drill, you can do this. If you have some manpower, somebody to hang the cabinets for you as you drill into the studs, you can do this. And even if you don't have any experience at all, don't be afraid to try this. You can do things like this even if it looks scary. I have faith in you. If I can do it, if Shane can do it, anybody can do it. And it might take you a little while. It might end up really crooked at first, and it might look a little funky, but that's okay. It's your funky. It's customized, baby. Nobody else has that in their house. Nobody else's cabinet looks like that because you hung it, you know? So this video is for anybody who, from start to finish, from beginner to expert. But the next video, I'm going to show you how I've taken things that I've learned over the last 5 years of doing projects on the channel, and I'm going to show you how I kind of can elevate with my skill and Shane's skill, really Shane's skill, just my knowledge, what we can elevate even this to. So it doesn't stop here. We're going to completely transform this area, and y'all's jaws are going to drop in the next video. It is going to be so gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous at the end of this video too, and it will be finished at the end of this video. If I wanted to leave it this way, the way that it looks at the end of this video, I could do that. It's going to be polished and finished, caulked and everything. But wait till y'all see what we're doing in the next video. Your jaw will drop.
A couple hours from Japan, would you stay awake? I'm losing touch of who I am when you're far away. And I feel like I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while, but I want you close. Just need you to know that I want you close, closer than before. I know that we've been through a lot, now we're hiding in the crowd. I'll be whatever you want me to be, you know I'm on your side. And I feel like I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while, but I want you close, closer than before. And no one knows that I want you close. I'm not overthinking feelings, I just
Duncan, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
closer than before. Closer than before. Hiding all my feelings, broken from the start. Wish you never leave me. Am I going too far? But I want you close, closer than before. But I want you close, closer than before. And no one knows that I want you close. I'm not overthinking feelings, I just need you to know that I want you close,
We're putting on the doors like they are now, and I normally would not do that. You guys know I like to paint the front and the back of doors. I do not like to leave the back unpainted. Normally wouldn't do this, but for you guys will see in the next video why I'm doing it this way. I am going to go ahead and give the front of these doors a double coat of paint just so you guys can see the finished product of what this would look like if I were to leave it alone the way that we're doing it right now. I will have to do a second coat on the frame where we took the plywood up to the ceiling, and you guys will be able to tell that at the end. Just know that that's not how it's staying. We're not leaving it that way. I'm trying to just give you a visual of what you could potentially do if you didn't want to take the next steps we're taking in the next video. Now this area is going to be used for kitchen stuff. So before when we did this area, it was the homeschooling area. We had a lot of textbooks and we had a lot of our books down here in the bottom cabinets, and we used this as sort of a homeschool station. And the kids still like to do homeschool in this area, so like they come over here, pull up a stool, and they do homeschooling in the area. But a lot of their work now is online, where they've switched over to complete online school, not just online curriculum, like they are in an online school. So we don't have as many textbooks that we use daily like we used to whenever I just did straight up homeschool. So all that stuff is over in the bookcase area that we've recently did in the living room. That's where all of their reading books, that's where all of their old textbooks they might want to look back on, science books, any kind of learning materials, that's where all that is in the cabinets of the bookcase area that we made recently in the living room. The top section, the funky looking shelves that we love so much, those are for my books, the books that I have that aren't like manga that Shane and I are reading together or something like that, just regular young adult, new adult books. Those like fiction, those books stay on those shelves, but the rest of the stuff that's down in the cabinet, that's school related, so that's where that is. A lot of the times the kids will do their school at the kitchen island. That's become their most favorite place to do their school, so that's usually where they are. But sometimes I'll see somebody come over here and pull up a stool and sit in this little cubby area. So originally I was going to get rid of the complete countertop as a whole, but since they do like coming over here sometimes, and I catch one of them over here doing some studying or doing some schoolwork on this countertop, I didn't want to get rid of it completely. So I modified my vision, and I was like, okay, they seem to like this area coming over here, so I'm not going to get rid of this countertop. I'm just going to add something to it. So instead of that kitchen pass-through that never gets used, we're going to put something up here that will get used and get used frequently. I'm going to finish up with the double coat on these doors. I'm going to do 2 just for the sake of it. Like I said, I won't do a double coat on the outside of the built-in part yet, and you guys will see why. But for the sake of it, I'm just going to do 2 coats on this door here. And then once we get that done, we're going to put up the backsplash, because right now it's just chilling there. We're going to put up the backsplash and put the outlet in the backsplash, and then put the handles, the knobs that we've got going on in the kitchen, all the golden knobs, we're going to put them over here too to tie this area into the kitchen, so it's literally one big room.
Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me, oh. Now it's clear we are here back at your house, and I keep fading into the background. I'm wide awake, now you keep missing out for sure. Take down your walls and let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side, I wanna be there, won't you be mine? Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick, now let me, ooh, in my bed 5 to 12, wish I could sleep. Dream about all the ways you could reach me, but now you keep missing out.
Down here on Fearfully Created, caulking has become a staple.
Which is funny because when we first started DIYs, we never caulked, and everybody would be like, why are y'all not caulking? Because we didn't know.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know that that's how you finished a project, you know? Like,
Exactly.
you learn a lot of stuff, especially when you have like 100,000 people in your corner. Like, that's why I'm always like, man, influencers, we don't realize how good we have it, because if you think about it, we have literally like a handbook to life through so many different generations. Like,
People
the
that we wouldn't
advice is
normally-
vital.
people that we normally maybe wouldn't come in contact with.
Yeah, it's literally like people I wouldn't get to normally have a conversation with. Like, it's literally like with the older generation especially, I say that they're worth more than gold on this channel. And I say that for a reason. It's because literally I kind of get to have a sit-down chat, breaking beans chat, you know what I'm saying? Like with a grandma, sort of. Like,
well, think about how many like grandmas too have like given us recipes.
Yeah, they're like my
family
grandma at this point. Like at this point, I feel like they're my grandma because I get like the family secret recipes and the life hacks that they learned through their grandparents. And I don't know, it makes me, I wish that all influencers and content creators could see like the value in that. It's not always, which I know you have a lot of advice coming at you at once and sometimes it can get overwhelming. But if you really sit down to think about it, it's a blessing. It is. It's a blessing. I feel like I'm a part of like 100 families, you know, like 1,000 families.
Think about how many tools have been recommended to us that have made so many jobs so much easier.
Take down your walls and let me ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side. I wanna be there, won't you be mine? Take down your walls and let me. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me ooh,
I wanted to show you guys what you could do with minimal DIY skills. We have not painted the caulk yet. We haven't painted another coat on the top there yet. Like I said, this could be finished. If we had done the final coats of paint, this could be completely finished and it would look great like this. But I have bigger plans for this area and I'm so excited for you to see them. The hardware elevates it though and ties it in with the rest of the kitchen. We had plenty of countertop space and cabinets over here already, but this up here just adds additional storage, which is something we always need. I cannot wait for you guys to see what we do with this area in the next video. Y'all don't have to wait a week. In the next video, we are starting it right after I get done filming this portion of the video, so you guys will not have to wait a long time. Don't forget, if you use my link, thrivemarket.com/fearfullycreated, you get 30% off of your first order and a free gift, and that's when you become a Thrive Market member today. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a blessed morning, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I'll see y'all in the next one.